Welcome back to Alaskan Freedom. Does anyone want to guess what this weird looking frame is that Jay built on the trailer?
So this is pretty exciting for us. We got our sliding glass window installed today. But I didn't film it because this is heavy, and to pick it up that high, because this is going to have a deck out here, which is not built yet, obviously. So to pick it up that high and put it in place was a little more than me and Eleinne could handle. So I had to bring up one of my coworkers, actually, who is unaware of the fact that I have a YouTube channel. I needed his help putting it in. I did not film it. So I'll show like the trailer setup and stuff. But it didn't take much. It's basically like installing a big window. A sliding glass door is no different than a big window. It has the window flange all the way around. And you just put it in, square it up, nail it off. I do the same process that I do any window with, as far as the window flashing, the Vicor, and using the silicone around the edges of it in the top. So that is in, and then it's nailed off on the flanges, and then also there's some screws that go into the side of it. They go into the lumber to make it even more secure, especially right where the lock is. I don't know, it just makes it feel different. While I had him helping me, we also ran by and got a oven and refrigerator. These are used. I got these kind of for free. I guess it was in trade for a little bit of work I did for a guy. So he had pulled them out of the house that he was remodeling and was putting new ones in. So I got these now. I'm gonna have to convert the stove. It's set up for natural gas, and we're gonna need to convert it to propane. And the kit for it is pretty easy and available to get, so I'm gonna be doing that in the future. These will both be replaced soon, probably within a matter of months, but they were available and, like I said, practically free. So I just went ahead and took them so I can get something in here. So we'll have them to use right away, or as soon as I can convert that and clean these up. My friend Sean over at Sean in Alaska actually ordered the oven we wanted, and it took him 5 months to get it in. It's basically the same oven, but it doesn't have, there's no electronics in it. So there's none of this, so it doesn't have to plug in. There's no use of electricity. It runs, I believe the lighter runs on a 9-volt battery or something. But anyways, so if we order that same one and it's gonna take a long time to get in, at least we have something to use for now. And the fridge is smaller and not as nice as what we want. It's a little dented up, you can see here on the door. But if it works and keeps stuff cold, as I'm told it does, then at least it's something right away, and poor Eleinne doesn't have to be working out of that small little camp fridge. And he also helped me lift the door up. That is something that I can install alone, but I couldn't lift it up again because the stairs run in down there. So I'm going to install that door next, and once that door is installed, we officially will be closed in. We're not protected from the weather because we're not insulated and the ventilation is still open to the building, but we'll be closed in as far as no bugs can get in. It has rained significantly for the last 3 days since we put the roof on, and there are no leaks. So I was glad to get that roof on and have some rain before we end up doing any drywalling and insulation in the roof, so that or in the ceiling, so that we know that there's no leaks. That's just, I wasn't worried about it because I've done enough of these. I know the proper screw depth to put them at. If you're unfamiliar with metal roofing, they have a washer on the screw, and a lot of people, just because they're not experienced, don't know that when you sink that, you're not supposed to tighten it all the way. You just sink it enough to where that rubber on that washer just starts to expand, and that's it. If you go all the way or not enough, you're going to get a leak. And it's not hard. It's real easy to do. You just have to be aware of it. And I was aware of that, so I wasn't too worried. So both roofs are good. Nothing's leaking. I still have one piece of kind of decorative trim that needs to go on the end. So we're going to get this front door in. We're going to put some locks on the doors, and then we'll start installing some chimney. Eleinne's at work. She only works 3 hours today. She's got a short lunch shift. She's a server, for those of you who don't know. And when she gets back, she's going to be helping me out. So, but we're going to get started right now. The reason I put those two boards up is for one main reason is because I'm getting impatient and I'm going to install this door by myself. So when I'm on the inside and I lean this door forward, if I slip or make a mistake, the door doesn't fall. But the second reason, so these are flush, the inside of these boards are going to be flush with the outside of the building, which is also where the face of these boards, when they hit this, that's where they're supposed to be. Everything's supposed to be flush with the outside of the building, and then the door will stick a little bit out on the inside, almost about 5/8 of an inch, and that's so you can run drywall up to it and butt up to it. So it gives me a guide of where the door needs to be and is a safety stop in case I slip and I don't drop the door outside. So now all I have to do is put down some liquid nails for the bottom, stand it up, and then just screw everything into the sides. We have a front door. See our beautiful model showing off the front door. So we now have our front door installed and the slider installed. And then we put some electric locks on both buildings, and our code is 1234. Right. Now we are installing these. Show them how those go on, baby. Okay, what these are is we have a bunch of these eave vents, and that ventilates the attic. And this is obviously going to be insulated, so these things will block the insulation from clogging up the vents and allow air to flow through. So if you climb up there, show them how it goes. So flip that around, and then this goes against like that, and then tilts up.
Tilts up?
Yep, tilts up. Just kind of like that, except you got to come down so there's a gap up on top. Slide it down. The top, just tilt the top down.
Oi.
Oi!
Oh.
So basically, yeah, just like that. So what that does, see, so now you can take the camera and show there's the gap on the top, and that's where the air will be able to get up to, you don't have to be that tight. So that gap up on top will let air go through and go up to the roof and allow the insulation to be butted up against that without blocking those vents. Towards the top of that little bar. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So now pull on it, make sure it doesn't move. Yep, that's all we gotta do.
Why there's a gap here?
That's fine. The insulation will block that. So the insulation goes from the bottom of the truss up 11 inches. So come on down, I'll show you what I mean. So the insulation will go from here up 11 inches, which is about right here.
Oh.
So there'll be insulation here, and that'll be clogging that hole. But then this can still freely, the air can come up, and the air comes up this, and then goes out that ridge cap up there. So if you didn't have that, then the insulation would get stuffed in and block that vent. So in the bays that have the vent, we have to put these in. And you can actually buy these already made. But we had a bunch of scrap lumber laying around, so just made them out of that.
Like that?
Yep. Perfect. Okay, so this is the stove we were going to refurbish. This beautiful, lovely thing that we got for $100. And we realized two things about it once we got it up here. Started working on it. For one, it's ugly and it's going to take a lot of work, a lot more than we thought. And the other one is it's too big. This is like the stove that would be for a few thousand square foot home, not for a 400 square foot cabin. And the inside's pretty beat up. As you can see, cracked on the back. It would need some work to it. But what we've done instead is purchased another stove.
It's a nicer one.
Yeah, so instead we found this one. This one was a little more expensive, not a lot. We paid like maybe a third of what it cost new, so we were pretty happy to get it. And it's got glass, it's much cleaner, it's barely been used, and it's not going to take much to refurbish it. But before we put a wood stove in, we got to put in chimney. So we have this chimney pipe to put in. We got this chimney pipe for free. So we have these two pieces and all the pieces over here. This piece right here we did not get for free, I bought that, but these three pieces and these two pieces of pipe, this small piece of pipe we won't be using, but these two pieces of pipe, the cap, the converter, we got those for free. And then also the kit, which you'll see, shoes. So this is the kit that, that mounts it to the roof at an angle. It'll make sense when we put it on, I guess. This is where our firebox is gonna go. So Eleinne yesterday bought some steel, some galvanized steel sheets.
That's heavy.
It's heavy when you carry out 4 at once, but one a piece, they're light. Not too bad.
That's nice.
Yeah. The ceiling up, the chimney goes through here. Your chimney pipe is supposed to stay 2 inches away from anything combustible. We're actually gonna have even a larger separation. Well, the first thing we're gonna do is figure out where this chimney box goes. So, luckily we have a new toy for that. The folks at Lasgoo sent us this laser level to try out. I think it's Lasgoo, but Lasgoo.
Lasgoo. Maybe it's Lasgoo because it's a laser. We would like to thank the folks of Lasgoo for sending us this free laser level. If you're interested in one, the link and the discount code will be in the description below.
Anyway, I've used lasers on job sites before. They're nice, and I wish they would have sent us this earlier. They sent us this about a month ago, but for the last month we've been doing projects that don't require a laser or much leveling.
This is nice.
It would have been really nice to have had this when we did the columns, when we poured the concrete. So this is a 3D laser level. I think the 3D means 3-directional.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Because it has...
Have you tried this already?
Yeah. It has 2 horizontal and 1 vertical line on it. So when you turn this on, boom, you see these.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So when it's sitting level, it will not flash, and when it's not level, it starts beeping on you. So it's kind of got an auto leveler built into it.
That's so neat.
And it's got, like I said, 2 horizontal lines. One's running that way, one's running this way. They're perpendicular. I'm sorry, those are vertical. 2 vertical lines and 1 horizontal line. And this is pretty cool. Like I said, I've used these before. I have used old ones. An old DeWalt one I had that had red lines. And it was actually hard to see the lines. These green lines are much easier to see than the old red ones.
It even has a remote.
Yes, has a remote. So you can turn, like I said, there's 3 levers on. If you push the button on it, love, that has the V's and the H, it turns these different 3 off. So you can isolate to just, so there you just turned off one vertical.
I got V1.
Yep.
That's
the horizontal. So right now there's just this 1 line. And so you can isolate it to 1, 2, or all 3 lines being on.
And then this
which is, I don't know why you would need a remote for that, but it is kind of cool.
V2.
It has the same button on the unit that does that. And then it has a button that sets the intensity of the brightness of the laser at 4 different levels. It's rechargeable. It came out of the box with a fully charged battery. It uses a C-type, standard C, I don't know. I think that's what it's called, standard C USB input, and it comes with the cord. Oh, there it is. My lovely assistant. It comes with the cord, it comes with the direction books, so this is, and I believe this is $129 on Amazon, is what they're selling these for, which is a great deal. I have never bought a laser level. The ones that I have used on job sites were hundreds and hundreds of dollars, as much as even $400 or $500 many years ago. So this is a pretty good deal. But what we're going to use it for today is to find straight up where we need the chimney to go out the ceiling. So we gotta cut a hole in the roof for the chimney to go out, so we're gonna use that today for this. First thing I'm gonna do is find the spot on the floor where the chimney's gonna be. So we are going dead center in this bay. So we're gonna start off by measuring that. That should be 22.5, which it is. This will tell us where the center of that bay is. So 11.25 is center. That represents the center. This represents the center of where the stovepipe would be when the stove's sitting in this area. And we are going to use the laser to find this exact spot up on top. Where these two lasers cross is that spot. So we should have that same thing up on top. So that cross up on top is exactly straight up from this. So rather than using a plumb bob or a big level and trying to find that, that's exactly the center of our hole for the pipe going out the roof. Right here and here. So I know.
That is so cool.
Yep.
That's neat.
So, yeah, that's really cool. We're pretty impressed with this. This is a pretty cool little toy. So this piece is what you're gonna see when it's done. And then you'll have black pipe that runs from here down to the stove. And then from here up is the insulated silver pipe. So what we gotta do now is build a place to mount this. So we're gonna have to put some 2x4s coming across, and then we're gonna line the inside with that galvanized steel. So these pieces, where the lines are, we have to bend these 90 degrees. Just like that. But, yeah, so we need those. Okay, that's good. Ouch. This is not gonna work. You're gonna have to get that little ladder.
Little ladder? This one?
Yep, and bring it up here. Put your gloves on. And hold it in place. One more step. Okay. This thumb needs to be up here more.
My thumb?
Yep, just because where it was is where I'm actually gonna be drilling. So now we're trying to make sure that this corner is somewhat close to the back piece of this. Doesn't have to be exact, just close. Good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay to check it first here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yep. Let's just have to make sure that this is not going lower than the...
Can I hang here?
Absolutely.
It can...
It's holding this whole house up. The roof up better hold you.
See, I could be a monkey. Oh.
My wife, the young boy. You're gonna drill it not straight up.
Oh, not straight up?
You're gonna drill it so that it's perpendicular with the, no. So that it's, no, look at me. So it's at a 90 degree of the roof.
90 degree on the roof, okay.
Yeah, otherwise the drill won't work as good if you're trying to go at a weird angle. Yep.
I think I already did it.
That's it.
Oh.
There you go. It's a skylight.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yay! We have a hole.
There we go.
Good job.
We still gotta see if the pipe fits. So far all I did is make a hole. Ruh-roh.
Oh, what?
It's gonna work.
How is it?
Right there's level.
Oh, nice.
It was at this point I realized I had screwed up. I started cursing and yelling at myself. I forgot that I needed to make the hole 4 inches larger so there'd be a 2-inch clearance all the way around. Once I settled down and wasn't upset at myself anymore, I took the time to make the hole the right size and ended up making it so there's a 2 1/4 inch clearance all the way around the hole between the pipe and the roof. No.
What? No.
With the truss, not with that little block you're pushing up against.
Oh, what truss? Oh, this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But then I also have to go left and right. Okay.
Go down a little bit.
Hold on, I gotta go back. I think. Right there, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, put 1 nail on it.
One.
Yep, just put 1. Don't put 2 like I told you. Okay, get the other one. Look good?
It's good.
What time is it?
It's 5.
Oh. Set it up. That would be the best way. The second piece of piping, storm collar, and bracing will all be installed next week. For now, we're just getting these pieces on so that the part that goes through the roof is finished. Join us next week as we get the insulation in and prepare to move in.